If you are currently working and you have a job, then this video is for you. Because according to economists, there is a move that companies are making that is going to devastate the working class here in 2023. And I want to explain what that is. Because if you have a job, you are relying on that job for an income. You use that income to pay for your food, pay for your utilities, pay for your home, whether it's rent or a mortgage, doesn't matter. You use your income in order to pay to live. But here's the problem. And this has nothing to do with the fact that Moody's is saying that 6 other banks are now at risk. Yeah, that's shocking, but we all knew that was coming. But what many people did not know was coming is what economists are now saying is going to devastate the working class. Yes, this is going to hurt. Now, here's what's happening. So this was actually announced. Let me show you this. This was actually announced earlier on today that Tyson Foods is actually going to be closing 2 branches. Okay? They will be shutting down 2 different branches. And the reason why they're going to be doing this is because they are restructuring. Now, why are they restructuring? Well, they want to be more profitable. Now, here's what I can tell you. Now, before I get to what is happening, all I ask is if you can do one thing, and that is hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. But let's get right down to this. Tyson Foods announced that they're going to close 2 chicken plants. It doesn't matter where the plants are, okay? It does, but for the sake of this video, the main thing is 1,700 people are going to be losing their job. Now, why does this matter? Well, here's the thing. Tyson Foods says they will either relocate these employees or they're going to have to lay them off, and that will start on May 12th. Well, here's the problem. And this just goes to show that it doesn't matter who you work for or where you work. Nobody is immune to layoffs or restructuring. They're just not. And that is exactly what's happening here. Is Tyson Foods, they completely misjudged the demand for chicken. This was back in 2022. Because of the mistake that they made, they now need to restructure their business in order to increase profitability. And again, this is for shareholders, this is for investors. But how does this impact the other millions of working class Americans? Well, here's how. The problem that many companies are having, it doesn't matter if you are in the food business, it doesn't matter if you're in the retail business, okay, you could be in the automotive industry, it doesn't matter. The truth is that every company is going to do some type of restructuring and rebalance because they need to. And according to many public statements, there's a lot of companies out there that are considering a restructuring sometime in 2023. We're only 3 months in. So over the next 9 months, we could see many companies decide to restructure. And when a company restructures, it oftentimes means that they're going to close underperforming stores, plants, warehouses, distribution centers, or what have you. And when they close one of these locations, what happens next? Well, in most cases, well, these employees are going to be laid off. And here's the reason why these employees are going to be laid off as opposed to relocated. Think about it. If you have a warehouse, chances are you don't have a warehouse in one city and you have another warehouse in the next city, 10 miles away, and another one 10 miles away. For most companies, especially if they are a bigger company across the entire United States, they may have only a handful of warehouses or retail locations in each certain state. So if they close one location and then the next nearest location is 200 miles away, guess what? It's very difficult to relocate employees, especially if they have to move across the state or even across the country. So in most cases, these employees are simply let go. And when this happens, it's going to turn into a major problem. Here's the reason why. The problem that we are facing is that right now, the working class Americans, people that are almost living paycheck to paycheck, that do not have a substantial savings, don't have investment accounts to fall back on, and in some cases, they don't even own real estate. That's an issue. If you don't have real estate, and so now you are subject to a landlord telling you how much you owe in rent, that's a problem. especially when we are still getting reports that rents are going to increase. So think about this. And this is why I say, this is an SHTF moment, is because if you get laid off, you're currently struggling to put food on the table, struggling to pay rent, struggling to keep the lights on. What's going to happen then? Because unemployment benefits are not going to be enough to keep the lights on, keep food on the table, and keep a roof over your head. It's just not going to happen. And if we're waiting on the U.S. government and Congress to come out and provide an additional form of relief, well, that's not going to happen either. But here's what we do know. When a company like Tyson Foods is having a difficult time selling chicken, when chicken is a staple for most people's diets, then it's going to be very hard for some companies to sell their products, especially in this time. Think about somebody that's trying to sell cars. Think about somebody that, a business that maybe sells, corsets, those things that, cinch up like your stomach. Think about somebody that's making, trophies, custom trophies. Guess what? Guess what's going to happen? We're not going to need, a trophy. We're not going to need a corset. We're not going to need maybe, chrome dipped rims. All these things. Again, we are about to see a major shift. According to economists, that they are projecting that there will be an increase in layoffs amongst the working class. And it is the working class, which is like the lower and the lower middle income households. These people, they're going to have it tough. And we aren't going to see Congress come out and provide any relief. If anything, we are going to see, and again, I bring this up because this is the situation that we pretty much put ourselves in, is Democrats didn't get anything done in 2022 or 2021 as far as dealing with the debt ceiling. So because of that, Republicans are coming out and saying they will not vote to increase the debt ceiling until we see a deficit reduction, until we see the budget is balanced. Guess what? Republicans hold a little bit more power right now. And the reason they hold power is because nobody wants to see the U.S. government default on its debts. So right now, with Republicans out there saying that, well, we need to see deficit reduction and balance the budget, we aren't going to see anything for the lower income and middle income households. If anything, we are going to see additional relief for companies, for the rich, the wealthy. That's probably what we're going to see. So I bring this up because if you are currently working and you're spending all of your money every single time you get a paycheck, you're making a mistake. Save your money. If you can save 10%, then do it. It's going to be tough, but you can do it. If you can save 20, 25, even 50% of your income every single month, do it. Save every single dollar that you can, because economists are saying that what is going to devastate the working class has not come. It's going to be coming very soon. So again, as soon as we get more information as to what is going on and how this could potentially impact you and your finances, I will bring you the latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.